because what we saw is a lot of draw to the joint, right? So if you've ever heard of the joint chiropractic, it's a quick crack and then they have you out the door, but there's no like attentive care to that. They aren't, hey, give me some feedback. Can I get an understanding of where you're seeing pain or how you're progressing along the way? It's, hey, come in here, get a crack and leave. We don't want to be a reactive care clinic. We want to be a proactive care clinic. And so we want people thinking that way of how they're proactively engaging their health on a daily basis.
Welcome to Health Decoded, your number one source for real health information, with your hosts, Dr. Alessi and Matt Tack.
All right, welcome back to Health Decoded. I'm your host, Dr. Alessi.
And the co-host, Matt Tack.
Looking dapper, my friend. Looking good.
Thanks, bro. I think we need to change up our intro to the most jacked partners or
dynamic duo.
Yeah, duo.
Get some audio kind of echoing kind of effects going.
The cool, most jacked dads and also owners of Alessi Functional Health.
They love their family so much. Awesome, man. Well, man, we got a cool episode today. If everybody tuning in, we really just want to highlight and share with our community a lot of the new things that we have innovated within our clinic and kind of incorporated to get, number one, just better results with our patients, improved outcomes with just everything on the health and longevity side. And so we really want to kind of dive into that and share, because I think a lot of people still are kind of unfamiliar with some of the new things we've brought on. And, kind of the main mission here, man, is to just level up health, right? Help people to obviously take control of their own health, number one, but then give them the tools long-term to be able to make that lasting and improve longevity for not just them, but for everyone they interact with. And so, we'll kind of just go through kind of a few things and kind of share, and hopefully this can help people to be empowered and kind of, take that next step. So, anything you want to share before we get started, man?
No, I'm excited to kind of go through some of the things that we have in our pipeline at Alessi Functional Health, new offerings, new things that we're going to be bringing out. So I'm excited to dive into the episode today and let people listen.
Yeah, man. And so within the clinic, if you're not a patient, so if you are a patient, you know what we're doing, and you know that we have just been continually adding more and more high-level technological services to our suite of services to be able to get better outcomes, better results, but ultimately even to shorten the time it takes for somebody to heal from things like herniated discs, chronic pain, arthritis, whatever it may be, shortening that gap, getting people back to doing what they love to do quicker. And so we're always how can we be the most efficient, right, in everything we do? And so kind of the biggest venture or the biggest thing we undertook was investing in another spinal decompression unit, possibly getting another one by the end of this year, just because it has become such a big staple in everything we do. And the reason being is, I've been practicing chiropractic for almost 6 years now, and was traditionally I've been in many clinics where chiropractic care is the only thing being done. And nothing against it. It's a fantastic modality, but it is limited in what it can achieve, right? It releases pressure in the joints. It restores flow and movement and obviously nervous system function, but it kind of ends there. And so when it comes to somebody with a herniated disc, a bulging disc, sciatica, or some kind of radicular pain coming from the spine, there's really only two options. One is surgical, and the other is decompressing. You have to open the space up for that disc to want to go back in. If you don't, then you're not going to change anything. You can inject it. You can do all kind of stuff. Steroids aren't going to fix the problem. And so that's why we have invested heavily into the spinal decompression. You and I both know the effectiveness of it, having done it with ourselves, obviously. And the just amount of people, basically everybody who comes in and qualifies for our treatment walks out of there feeling at least 50% better on one visit, right? And so then it's from there, how do you make that more of a long lasting kind of thing? So, we're really big proponents of having a protocol, not just kind of throw in random stuff around. And so we came up with this pain-free future protocol that you and I kind of developed, where we utilize not just the decompression, not just the chiropractic, but pairing that also with the soft wave therapy. And you basically get like this summative effect of all these different modalities working together to then like 10x the outcomes, right? Whereas like a traditional sciatica disc is going to heal maybe 6 months, right? To really get that thing gone. We're seeing people in like 3 months, maybe even like less, coming out of there like, hey, I think my pain is completely gone. And so it's just been awesome. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what kind of spurred this transition and kind of our focus. And you've been kind of at the forefront of the implementation side of like getting the marketing going for that, and how do we spread the word that of the kind of the different ideas. So talk a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we have like kind of the built-in protocol, right? We fine tune that to the patient as well, right?
That's
So
right.
there's going to be acute portions of the body that naturally need to be focused on. And so that's what is so awesome about yourself and Dr. Rennie is the attention to detail in that. But one thing I also want to mention, and it's something that we're bringing out because what we saw is a lot of draw to the joint, right? So if you've ever heard of the joint chiropractic, it's a quick crack and then they have you out the door, but there's no like attentive care to that, right? They aren't, hey, what, give me some feedback. Can I get an understanding of where you're seeing pain or how you're progressing along the way? It's, hey, come in here, get a crack and leave. And so, yeah, it's this subscription-based model, but like it honestly, there's so many flaws in it. And it honestly probably doesn't work for most people if I have to say that, right? The joint really doesn't work. It's not the best modality to actually use. And so one thing as we were using as like kind of precursors of like feedback is that we don't want to be a reactive care clinic. We want to be a proactive care clinic, right? And so we want people thinking that way of how they're proactively engaging their health on a daily basis. And so we came in with this pain-free future protocol, also realizing that there's going to be benefits to actually have this maintenance and be proactive about your care. So we supplement that now in various ways. But one of the big things is really being when we get you through the complete protocol and you're feeling good, it's like, now what are you doing after with the education that we've given you, right? Because our number one tipping point, I think, that differentiates us from the rest of clinicians is that we educate you on being proactive with your health, right? And it's through various modalities, being social, being these podcasts, but really in clinic is sitting down and really getting that feedback. So I just want to encourage all the audience and the listeners is that is really what is the separator here is we want your feedback. We want to listen to you. We also want to educate along the way. And so it's a very reciprocal relationship that we have with all of our patients. And that really is what separates us.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I would say that just to add on to that is like our success rates are so high because our patients are engaged, our patients are committed, and they want to get better. So those three things, right? Like the mind drives what the bodies can achieve. And so every patient who's going through one of our protocols it doesn't have any doubts. They're hopeful because they've experienced, usually on the first visit, massive decrease in pain, right? Improvement in function and all of that. And so they're bought in, right? And so we get those awesome results. And then these stories that we're just seeing on a daily basis, people coming out of there like, man, I picked up my kid again for the first time in like 6 months. And you're just like, you just want to cry with them, man. Like you just want to, you feel for them. And you and I have both experienced like true like injury and pain and been kind of held up. You had sciatic. I obviously had like some nerve pain in the shoulder. And so we know what it's like to be limited like that. And so when we can get people better, man, it's just amazing. So, realistically, what we're doing is it's the future of non-surgical back pain care. I mean, everything we've implemented, we've fine-tuned, and we've come up with this like protocol that then obviously can be tailored per patient's needs. But the base of the protocol being the soft wave regenerative therapy, the spinal decompression to relieve the pressure, and then the corrective chiropractic paired with functional exercise to then hold that in position for the long-term sustained benefits. So again, man, everything we're doing is with an end in mind for the patient. Like, hey, we're going to get you good. Let's high five. Good job. And then you just maintain those results. I always use the analogy of like, your dentist doesn't come home with you and brush your teeth for you, does he? No, you go there, they clean you up real good, but now you got to brush your teeth. And so that's what we do is we empower and educate our patients to, hey, we're going to help you get the spine tuned up. We're going to fix the problem here within the office. And after that, you just have to maintain core strength, maintain your movement, maintain these different things that we teach you to just keep it there, right? And then if you need, obviously life happens, life throws stuff at you. You have a little injury or you feel stiff or whatever. We have options for you to come back in and maintain. And that's another thing I'll just kind of pair to this is we rolled out those memberships. That's a little bit different model than what we did in the past. So, when our patients go through a corrective protocol and they've gotten the results and they're good, we give them a massive discount on any ongoing care and allow them to just get on this kind of subscription that it's like, hey, when you need us, come on in. So that's been pretty sweet too, to see that kind of evolve. Yeah, man. And so kind of next things going on here, I'll go down to kind of to the bottom, because I think it plays in. The next thing we're really excited about is this regenerative stem cell therapy that we're looking to bring into the office. And so we're partnering with a really tenured doc in the area who gets, they were educating us all on this, but the best of the best in quality product with the stem cells. And so offering that in the clinic, I think we're going to probably plan on once a month for now. If we need it more, then in the future we can probably add, but that is just going to, amplify everything we just talked about, right? So like getting those stem cells into the area of injury, whether it's a low back disc, whether it's a neck disc, but if it could be an extremity, a knee, a shoulder, right? And then pairing that with the soft wave therapy, which I'll expand on. If you're unfamiliar with what soft wave therapy is, it's essentially picture like an ultrasound, but it's a water filled applicator with a spark unit inside. And when that spark hits, it creates a sound wave, an acoustic wave that is able to penetrate into your tissue, which our bodies are mostly water. So the waves travel through water, as a medium, penetrates into the tissue, into the cellular level to stimulate our body's regenerative process, which drives blood flow, growth factors, all kinds of the good healing cytokines and pathways, as well as on the back end stem cell production too. So then when you pair that with an injected stem cell, you are like amplifying the results of that 10x. And so super excited for that, man.
What's cool about that too, and we don't want to just not highlight this, but recently the University of Michigan did a study on acoustic waves and how the body responds to that for regenerative therapy. And one of the really cool things is, and a lot of people actually don't know this, so I'll bring it back to the basics, is that the number one reason of why our body actually gets cancer over time is because of inflammation. It's just the core root of inflammation that happens with our body that naturally the count of your red blood cells and your white blood cells, they overcome. And so then it becomes an issue where you have more inflammation in your body can't respond. Obviously the cancer attacks, we naturally have cancer cells within our body. When they become abundant, that's when it starts spreading, right? And so with this acoustic therapy, it actually is meant to reduce that inflammation, right? And parlayed that with stem cells, it allows you to exacerbate almost the issue in a healthy way of reducing that inflammation in a way that you then are structurally aligning your body through chiropractic measures, decompression measures, right? Building up the core muscle groups. That's why we're big believers. We talk a lot about resistance training, if you can build more muscle. But then adding that with regenerative therapy with stem cells in direct site or intravenous, we have a couple different options that people are going to be able to utilize. And what that leads to is potentially like really dramatic effects. So I think it's going to be revolutionary for, honestly, our clinic to create this offering. And we're super happy and super excited to really get it going.
Yeah, and I was doing a little market research too, and I don't see anybody in the area doing the combo of like the stem cell injection plus the soft wave. I don't think that's even going down right now. So we'll kind of be the first ones in Tampa doing that, which is pretty sweet. And so just yeah, super excited to bring that on, man, because there comes times where there's patients who come in and it's like, man, hey, like we're limited with obviously the alternative stuff. Like we help, I want to say 95% of people. Then there's the occasional person who comes in and unfortunately their situation is a little too far gone, or they let it go a little bit longer than it probably should. And, you know, we're maybe looking at like a bone on bone, severely degenerative disc situation, and we're limited with the results we can get with decompression and soft wave, right? Now you pair a stem cell injection into that area, you're talking a whole different story now. Our ability to help people goes up a lot more. So just really looking forward to that initiative that we got coming on here within the next month, honestly.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I think that it's going to be some great therapy for exactly those patients that they really just need some cartilage in the areas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they need more, man. Another really cool thing, man, and you've kind of been like, I appreciate you for you're kind of leading the charge on this one, but the corporate wellness initiative that we brought on, or just basically launched and kind of got I guess planned starting in January, but now we're getting ready to launch it by the end of March, is the corporate wellness, where we're going to be partnering with some local businesses. So talk a little bit about it, man, because you're really the one kind of innovating here.
Yeah. So, you know, with corporate wellness, I thought about this a lot, and I think it's just an avenue that we could serve more people. And what we decided to do, and this was a very collective measure, but, you know, people that go to work every single day, that's their community. And so how do you create more engagement within that community? And no better way than like health and wellness, right? And then you look at it from an employer perspective of like, how can you get that engagement? How can you get, people that just naturally want to like do things together, stick together, they're on the same motive instead of just the kind of the mundane work to work. And then they're getting less sick days because they're more motivated. And so I got some construction work going on here. I apologize, outside my house. But so in the corporate wellness atmosphere, you know, that's our main goal, is really to create healthier employees with healthier lifestyles that are creating this like mindset. And then also like developing this community. Hey, did you get this done? And it creates a level of accountability within the ecosystem of where they work, right? And hopefully makes it a little bit more fun along the way. So we partnered with Nuvita. And what we're doing is, we basically, if you have 50 plus employees, we have a custom app that we're going to be integrating. And then we're going to have coaches along the way. So there's going to be coaches there giving feedback for everyone that's involved. And if you're part of an organization, you don't want to get involved, it's not like a mandatory thing. We want you to be invested in this as well. But we have just apps that track sleep activity, your workout activities, and all your biometrics. Those are some of the big things that we like seeing along the way, including a heart rate monitor, which, you know, I piloted and beta tested, and I see there really a lot of the value in that, because one of the main things is HRV, right? What is your heart rate variability? And we can dig into that in a future episode, but that is just something that's extremely important, of understanding the cadence of your heart rate, how you're elevating it, and then how it's at a static state throughout the day. So, but just to go back, the benefits are healthier employers, lower healthcare cost for the employers at the end of the day, and really higher productivity. Naturally, when you're thinking in a healthier mindset, you're going to get more productivity out of that. So, like I said, if you have 50 plus employees, and you are looking to get more engagement, and you're local to the Tampa area, we'd love to talk to you. And if you want to learn more about like what that offering is, we would be happy to kind of walk you through that. Obviously free of charge. And if you don't want it, cool. If you do, that's something we can implement for you. So we're super excited to create that offering, because I think we're going to be able to help a lot more people. And it kind of goes into our next thing that we want to talk about, which is our block party.
Yeah. And real quick, before we get off the corporate wellness, we are looking to bring on some coaches. So we know within our community, we have some people with some experience and who care and want to help others. And so that's what we're looking for is, people with, a background in health, fitness, experience. That's obviously, desirable, but like the non-negotiable of what we're looking for is somebody who's got a drive to serve others and to engage people and really just deliver. So looking for coaches for the team. So if this is you or someone please get in contact. The way you can do that is alessifunctionalhealth.com. If you go to that, you can see our corporate wellness tab at the top. Click that and check it out. And then you can contact us, fill out the little form, and we'd love to get in touch with you. Just, see if this is a fit for whoever's interested. But we're going to take a real quick break for a word from one of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
This episode of Health Decoded is brought to you by Thentic Nutrition, the brand redefining what it means to fuel your body the right way. At Thentic Nutrition, they believe that what you put into your body matters. That's why every single product is crafted with clean, premium ingredients and dosed with maximum efficacy to ensure you're not just meeting your health goals, you're exceeding them. No fillers, no shortcuts, no gimmicks. Whether it's their advanced supplements for energy, recovery, or gut health, you can trust that what's on the label is exactly what's in the bottle. Thentic Nutrition delivers science-backed formulations that work as hard as you do. If you're tired of products that promise the world but don't deliver, it's time to make the switch to Thentic Nutrition. Elevate your health with transparency, quality, and results you can feel. Check them out today at thenticnutrition.com and use promo code Alessi15 to get 15% off. That's THENTIC nutrition.com, promo code ALESSI15 to save 15% and take the first step toward real, lasting health. Thentic Nutrition, fuel your best self. Now back to the episode.
All right, so we're back, and last but not least on this list of exciting things happening at Alessi Functional Health and within this community is our event coming up this weekend. It's going to be March 8th, Saturday, March 8th at Alessi Functional Health. The entire parking lot we're going to have blocked off for just basically the biggest block party that the world has ever seen. but in reality, man, it's going to be really cool.
It's going to get there.
Yeah, one day we came up with this idea. We were like, man, how do we give back first off to our patients who are loyal, dedicated, everybody just putting in the hard work to get better and trusting us really with the care. And so we're like, man, let's just do something big for them and kind of show out. So we're calling it the Spring into Health Block Party, where we're going to have all types of vendors. I mean, probably dozens, if not more, different vendors, local people who we know who are in the health, fitness, longevity, coaching space, some great local food vendors, the Boozy Pig, my cousin Andrew and his Regenerative butcher shop. They're going to bring out some sample food. We're going to have dance fitness class going on from Jenna, who does the bands and booty class to kind of help women and men, right? It's not just for women, but help you to shape up the glutes to get a stronger kind of glute and legs. And ultimately that helps with the low back. So we definitely really work with her a lot. And then Jake doing some chair massage. We're going to have the Electrons Plus chair massage samples out there. And then anybody who is friend, family, just showing up, who's not already a patient, we're offering a free 15-minute chiropractic evaluation plus x-rays and then a follow-up to see if maybe we can help with whatever kind of things you got going on. So it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it.
And it's I think it's next level. This is all you. This is coming a visionary item from you. This is super cool. I think it kind of builds the momentum around everything that we're doing and everything that we're working on. Obviously being cutting edge and just thinking again in that kind of the proactive mindset of, what new therapies can we build to help more people. So these are going to be we're going to highlight some of the things that we have in clinic, some of the partnerships that we have outside, and then some of the collaborations that we have with people locally in the area. So we want to highlight those people, locally to our businesses that are in that kind of that same mindset, that same field of how people taking care of their bodies. So I'm super pumped about it. And March 8th, you don't want to miss it.
That's right. March 8th at Alessi Functional Health here in Tampa, Florida. Definitely bring as many
9
friends.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
That's right. Starting at 9 a.m., we're going to open up and then go until about 1. I mean, more than likely we'll go a little later if people are hanging out, but going to be an awesome time. If you're interested in being a vendor and setting up and displaying any kind of health, wellness service that you have and you'd like to be there, it's completely free. We're just inviting people. So reach out to us. Again, you can contact us if you go to AlessiFunctionalHealth.com and go to contact. You can reach out to us there. As always, we always want to ask that if you found value in what we're talking about here and you can help us spread the word, like, subscribe, share this episode, share the show with somebody in your community, help us get the word out there. We do want to also engage our patients more and our community more. So if you have questions that you would like for us to answer live on the show, submit them to ask@AlessiFXHealth.com, and we'll answer those questions on the show in a future episode and be here to just support you on your mission to living the most healthy, optimal life. Matt, anything else you want to add, man?
I'm just excited to get the party going. But yeah, if you could sign up and reserve your spot on March 8th, and then stay tuned for more of the things that are going to be coming up in our pipeline that we're going to be releasing. So if you want to get on our newsletter, like Dr. Alessi said, go on AlessiFXHealth.com. You can sign up for our newsletter right there. And, you know, if you're enjoying some of the content that we are putting out, we always ask you, subscribe, rate, review the podcast, even share it. That helps us get the word out. And we appreciate you so much for listening in.
Awesome, man. Good to see you, brother. And we'll see you on the next one. Remember, stay curious, stay empowered, and your health is in your hands.
Thank you for tuning in to Health Decoded, where we break down the truth about all things health and empower you to take charge of your well-being. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. For more resources and personalized support, visit us at AlessiFunctionalHealth.com and sign up for our newsletter. To hear your questions answered live on the show, send them to ask@AlessiFXHealth.com. That's ask@AlessiFXHealth.com. Until next time, stay curious, stay empowered, and remember, your health is in your hands.